Shiloh, this will be the first show because your dad's in here, not because you're 12, that I will not swear.
Just, his brother's a Marine, so.
Yeah. I saw that video of your brother surprising your mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
Were you in on it?
I was. So we coordinated it as we were, coming this way, and so.
How does that work? You just contact Donald Trump and we're like, hey, can you send my brother home?
He went to his sergeant, to get the permission, and then we, the challenge was getting him from the airport to where his mother was. Well, we're not there.
Where was he?
So he was in North Carolina at the time.
And you guys live in?
Boston. And
it was her birthday.
Yep.
And they said, sure, he can go home for his mom's birthday.
Yep.
And so he shows up. Why not just Uber?
Well, because it's about, he came in at like 2, and we needed to hide him until 7. And there was even a point where his mother called him, and he's in Boston, and he was with my parents, and he's just playing dumb like nothing. So she was completely.
We're talking about a video that I saw on Shiloh. What's your last name?
Ellis.
Shiloh Ellis. What's your middle name?
Justice.
Wow, that's a great middle name.
That's a powerful name.
My son's middle name is Marvel, and yours is Justice. You got a cool dad.
Oh, that's cool.
Shiloh Justice Ellis is in the house. I scoped his Instagram like I scope all the guests' Instagram, and one of the videos he had on there. Did you shoot that video? Of your brother showing up?
No, my friend's dad's.
Shot it?
Yeah.
It looks like it's a PTA meeting. What is it?
Boy Scouts.
Yeah, it was a Boy Scouts Court of Honor.
Okay. Was that a Boy Scout? Oh, yeah. The Boy Scouts come through the door, and then your brother comes through the door. And Shiloh's brother is a Marine, and he surprised Mom on birthday, and it was emotional, especially since I have kids. So I was like, yeah, what a good thing to do. Shiloh, how come you're here? What are you doing in my podcast? How did this happen?
Well, I have a competition in Reno, and since we were kind of close to Santa Cruz, we asked Mike Bergener. Oh no, how do you pronounce it? Burgener. I know Ben Bergeron and Mike Burgener, but my dad emailed Mike Burgener to see if I could just kind of hop into CrossFit HQ and kind of look around.
So your dad's pulling strings for you?
Yes.
And how old are you?
12.
And you're a CrossFitter?
Yep.
And man, is that all you have to do to get in here on the podcast?
You're like, I had to do a lot more.
You just call Mike. You have your dad call Mike Burgener.
Sorry, going back to video. We'll get this video.
Okay, we'll get back to this story. This is a great story, Shiloh. Excuse us while we watch a video. If you're watching on iTunes, we apologize.
Hi, everybody. Sean Woodland and Tommy Marquez inside the CrossFit Update studios. One of the great things about the Open is that we get to meet people that we have not been able to talk about before. And one young man who's on our radar is a guy by the name of Shiloh Ellis.
Yeah, Sean, I love researching dark horses and kind of coming up with the next big name that people at home should be paying attention to. I think Shiloh is a good fit here, not only because he's under people's radar, but he's also too young to compete in the Open just yet. So he's one of those athletes we could be talking about in a couple of years as well. But he's a really active kid in the community. He's involved in weightlifting with USAW. He's actually competing at USAW Youth Nationals in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So that's no small feat, doing some good stuff there. Avid CrossFitter as well. But what really stands out to me is the fact that he shares it with his family. He gets to do it with his dad. He just recently did a workout with his grandpa for his 80th birthday. I don't know about you, if I'm doing CrossFit at 80, I'm just happy, to be with my family.
Definitely, that is really cool.
They did 3 generations of his family working out together. His grandpa did 80 burpees for his birthday. And
wow.
Was right there
are you kidding me? Can we pause this? Is that a lie?
Well, you had to do the 80, right?
Oh, no, I had to, it was like my papa's age minus my age, which was like 59. 15. I thought it was 69.
69.
You did the 80 burpees.
No, I had to do 69. He had to do like 5.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Sorry, go on, Eric. Okay. Now it's making sense. All right. He did do 5?
The CrossFit thing and throwing down with some cool people. Shiloh recently worked out with Katrin, Davisdottor. He spent some time with Bergeron. Actually did a burpee challenge with the former 2-time fittest woman on earth.
Wow, you're pretty quick at
and
those.
beat her.
Wow. Well, he's already got more feathers in his cap than I do in terms of CrossFit. And he's beaten the champ, Katrin Davisdottor, in a burpee challenge. So hats off to him for that.
But this kid, he's more than an athlete. I mean, he's making an impact outside of the box.
Yeah, he does some stuff with, kettlebells for kids, with helping homeless kids, basically through fitness. It's such a nice endeavor to see a kid at this age be a good ambassador just for fitness, health, and wellness for people of all ages and walks of life as well. It's not that common you get to see kids at that age out there on the front lines representing CrossFit and just a healthy lifestyle as well. Most kids his age are out eating Tide Pods, and he's sitting there helping create a better life for other people who are less fortunate.
He actually does some stuff on YouTube where he gives
Pause, please. Tide Pod comment. Do you know any kids who've eaten Tide Pods?
My brother always says that America is now eating Tide Pods.
Do you know anyone who's eaten a Tide Pod?
No.
Is that fake news? Do you think kids are really doing that?
I think it's kind of a metaphor.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like kids are just sitting on the couch and watching a movie or just playing on an Xbox.
Which is the equivalent of eating a Tide Pod.
Okay,
good. Hey, I hope you're right, because when I was a kid, the kind of stuff, the bad stuff we would do is like we would go in the backyard and throw rocks and try to like knock out a board in the fence, or we would look up like a bad word in the Encyclopedia Britannica that was never there, But eating Tide Pods just seems like self-destructive, the opposite of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Metaphor. Proceed, Eric. Sorry. I don't even think
nutritional information that is actually really useful. Shiloh, you're the man. Keep everything up that you're doing. We really appreciate the impact that you're making outside of the box, and we look forward to talking about you here in a couple years as far as the Open's concerned.
How exciting!
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Are you flattered?
Yeah, kind of.
Kinda. So your dad calls Mike Burgener, says, "Hey, we're gonna be in California. Can you pull any strings to get me into CrossFit Santa Cruz, or to get to HQ in Santa Cruz?"
Yeah.
A couple days later, you hear back from us. You know we're busy, right?
Yeah, I knew that you were doing something, so I was thinking like, oh, I might not be able to do something special, but just kind of walk around the building, and then my dad gets an email from Kristen saying, "Oh, could Shiloh do a podcast?" I'm like, "Oh, that's something."
That's something special?
Yes.
You're checking the special box? Awesome. I love it. I'm going to make a note. Talk to Kristen about scheduling 12-year-olds from, where are you from? Illinois?
No, I'm from Massachusetts.
Same thing, Illinois. So you were coming to the West Coast anyway because you have something going on in Reno. What are you doing there?
I have a weightlifting competition,
mm-hmm.
and I'm actually meeting my coach for the first time since he's out in Reno, and since I'm in Massachusetts, he has to email my dad the programming, and we use our GoPro to take video of the programming and then send it back to him.
Why isn't your dad your coach?
He wouldn't listen to me. If I programmed it, would be like, forget it. But then his coach programs it.
Shiloh, is that true? Like right now, my son's kind of listened to me. I have a 3-year-old and 2 15-month-olds. When do you stop listening to your dad? How old were you when you stopped listening to him?
It was like 10 or 11.
You just kind of lose your way, huh? I keep being warned about this age.
He was like, "Be careful on the skateboard." Careful is my middle name. Nope, it's the emergency room.
Does he have some looks or some gestures where you're like, okay, now he's being a little more serious. Now it's time to listen?
I don't know.
You only listen when you want to.
Yeah.
What grade are you in?
6th.
And tell me about how Shiloh Justice Ellis's path crossed with this phenomenon, CrossFit.
I think it started at the YMCA. My dad used to like go on the treadmill and just kind of run, or I don't know, what are they called now? Where you have the bike,
the elliptical.
That's what it was, the elliptical. And I wanted to do that, but since I was underage, was it like 14 you had to be?
Yeah, something like that.
It was like 14 or 15. And one of the coaches, there was with CrossFit. So he told my dad to go onto the CrossFit website and look up this place called CrossFit Free. So my dad did, and I was coming home from school, and my mom took a weird way home. So I asked her, "Are you lost, or are we going to like the Christmas tree shop because that's her favorite place to go?" She said, "No, your dad found this place called CrossFit Free." I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what CrossFit Free is." We go in, and one of the coaches, Brandon Peterson, is there coaching the kids class, and he sees us, walks over, and says, "Oh, why don't you join in?" I was wearing jeans, so what can you do CrossFit with jeans? And at the end of the class, my mom asked, "How did you like it?" And I actually thought it was pretty fun.
Tell me about your first class. What did you do in your first class?
I was like skin the cat, but I went one way and I couldn't get back over.
Skin the cat, that's when you hold on to the rings.
Yeah, and you kind of
kick your legs up over your head.
Yep, and then you go back.
Okay.
But I couldn't go back because it was my first time. We did air squats, and I think a while later, I remember this. We were doing strict press. I get it up over my head. I lean back, and I'm like, I am not letting go. So I just go down with the bar and hear this.
That sounds fun. How were the other kids? How many kids were there, and how were they? Did they treat you well?
There was, I think there was like 3 or 4 more kids, and they treated me well. Like they told me what different things I would do in the class.
And you're sorry, I know you said this already. You're 12 now?
Yes.
And this was when you were 10?
No, this was when I was 7.
7.
Oh wow.
Wow. Oh my goodness. And you've done CrossFit all 5 years?
Yep.
Incredible. Okay. So, you were 7, and how old were the other kids?
They were like 2 grades up, so like maybe 10.
And was there any formality? Did they shake your hand? Did they say hi? I mean, I just picture kids like kind of being awkward or like not being cordial. I mean, I guess adults are the same way.
They kind of introduced themselves, so I knew who they were.
Are any of those kids still going?
I don't know. I haven't been to that gym in a while.
Do you remember those kids by name?
Yeah.
What were their names?
You had Kyle, Ava, and I know the other one's name. But
I like the way he looks at Eric. That's what I do when I get stuck too. Shit, Eric, tell me. 24. Darn it, I swore. Do you remember their names, Dad?
You had Emma.
Oh, Emma.
Kyle's sister, Emma.
That's what
Are you surprised that, I mean, you actually remember them?
Yeah.
You're too old to remember them. 5 random kids in the class.
That's it. They were together for a while, all of them.
So you're at CrossFit Fury, and this is in Massachusetts also?
No, this is in Salem, New Hampshire.
Okay. And now you live in Massachusetts?
Yes.
And you are attending Ben Bergeron's gym, CrossFit New England?
Yep.
And that's how you've crossed paths with the 2 times CrossFit Games champ, Katrin?
Yes.
Do you get nervous around her?
No.
I get nervous around her.
I know. Maybe you don't get even a little bit nervous?
No.
Excited?
Kind of. I'm just kind of thinking, oh, maybe we can do a burpee off again to see if she'll beat me.
What happened? Tell me about the burpee off.
Well, that was a nice face on that one.
Yeah, that's a great photo. Who
I
took
like
that?
those shoes.
Yeah, those are my cousins.
Jordan Samuel. That's a great photo. Okay. So tell me about the burpee off. How did that happen?
Well, I work for an organization called Kettlebells for Kids, and I won the fundraising. So one of the things that you would get was a workout with Katrin. And I kind of thought, like, oh, this is actually pretty cool. And Ben Bergeron said, "What are you good at?" And I said, "I like burpees." So we kind of did who could get to 10 burpees the fastest. And we were kind of going at the same pace. and she was one ahead of me, and then at like that 9, I got to the same pace, and then the 10th one, I kind of just popped up.
Yeah, I think I saw the video, and it didn't even look like she was throwing the race. It looked like you legitimately caught her. Was she nice? Or was she a sore loser?
She was nice.
She didn't like turn around and throw some weights around.
Who would ever do that?
Ben Bergeron, has he coached you before?
Just then.
Yeah, just then.
And who's the CrossFit Kids coach that you use?
It's sometimes Katie or Sam. They're from One Nation. And for weightlifting, I have Chandler Walker.
Is that the gentleman? Is that the gentleman in Reno?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so you know, we're getting pizza and tacos now. Because Chandler said if he dropped his name here, we would get pizza and tacos. So.
Oh, hey, nice plug.
So if you guys want to come with us.
Oh, man. Well played.
And you've never met Chandler. This has been remote coaching.
Yes. I've only FaceTimed him.
So at 7 years old, you get into CrossFit. Do you own a cell phone at that point in your life?
No.
No.
No, I think when I was 9, I had this block.
Awesome.
It was a block, and if you chucked it at a window, it would not break.
The window or the phone?
I think the phone didn't break, but the window probably did.
So at 7, you're 7 years old. What is that? Third grade?
Yeah, 3rd grade.
And I'm gonna assume that none of your other friends CrossFitted. You were the youngest CrossFitter in the gym. Do you know anyone else who's ever started CrossFit at 7?
I don't know.
Maybe Tayton.
Yeah, Tayton's 8 right now, or 9.
9 now.
In CrossFit Kids you do a lot of more games, right?
Yeah, it's kind of a little workout and then a big game. So you have an hour of working out. Like 20 minutes is working out, and 20 minus 6. I was not ready for math right now. 40. The rest of the class, 40 minutes, is games.
Like dodgeball.
Yeah, dodgeball, or we play this game called Battleship, where you have a dodgeball and you have a foam roller. You try and knock the foam roller off the other person's ship.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
I like that. And now you're 12. Are you still playing the games in your CrossFit Kids classes, or is it because I've seen some of your videos and you're doing the Olympic lifts now?
Sometimes we would do games at One Nation since I'm in the middle school program.
When I was your age, the conventional wisdom is that kids shouldn't work out. And do you remember that, or no? Was that gone?
I think I started like lifting weights. You're referring to? I think that maybe when I was in high school is when it was like first introduced, but very, very sparingly.
And you weren't supposed to work out. Even at 12, you weren't supposed to work out. That's what they would tell you. And now I realize it's not that you weren't supposed to work out. It's that the workout the adults were doing were wrong.
Yeah. So maybe
they weren't
helpful.
right. They weren't right for the adults or the kids. And now you're doing the right workout. And something else that, Shiloh, might be difficult for you to get your head wrapped around, but what you're growing up with that just seems normal to you, to your dad and myself and Matt, it was introduced to us. This is not how any of our friends or how we worked out when we were kids. We sat around like this. You know what I mean? And then we went outside and threw the football.
Yeah, I remember finishing up.
No one even did pull-ups.
No, I remember finishing up athletics like after high school and transitioning into college and going to the weight room and kind of not really knowing what to do. And it was like, okay, people do the biceps and the bench press, and I was kind of lost after that.
Yeah, bench press. You sit around and do bench press and talk to your friends. Do you have goals with this? Is this just something like some kids take clarinet and you're taking CrossFit, or do you want to become an instructor? Do you want to open your own affiliate?
Yeah, I want to be a CrossFit coach and open my own gym.
Keep going. I don't have anything to say. I'm trying to think. I know who the youngest affiliate owner is.
We just posted a video within the last year.
How old is he?
I want to say he opened it up when he was 16.
Yeah, that is really young. How old do you have to be to take your L1? Do you know?
Level 1, you have to be 18.
Oh.
Never mind, revoke said comment.
Yeah, he's 18. How do you know that? You looked that up?
My brother did it, and he wanted think, do it when he was 17, but he wasn't allowed to. So he had to wait till he was 18.
I think you should research that. I don't know if that's true anymore.
You can't take the test.
Uh-huh.
You can take the course, but you can't get certified.
Until you're... So he could take the course now?
He could take the course now.
If he wanted to?
Yeah.
Do you have a desire to take the course?
I want to take the course, but you would have to pay another $1,000 to do it again when you're 18.
Yeah. Have Mike Burgener pay for it. Here, that guy's just hooking you up with all sorts of good stuff.
Just dial it up and see what you can get.
Tell me how did you meet Mike Burgener?
We reached out to him. So youth weightlifting is a challenge. There's not a lot of coaches. So his original coach was moving on to coach games athletes. We kind of reached out to Mike. Hey, can you point us in a direction? And that's where it is. And then last year, I think it was the year before, he did all the open workouts as he was traveling around, and CrossFit Weightlifting followed him and reposted everything. And so we just kind of had an email relationship. And then he just took the weightlifting training course, because you don't have to be 17 or 18 for that. So.
I was the youngest one there.
Yeah.
I bet.
Wow.
I bet you the next oldest person was double your age.
Yeah.
Was probably in their 20s.
I think the youngest was actually 13, and I was 11, so.
Oh, yeah, previously. Yeah, there was a 13-year-old who took it down at CrossFit Mayhem. But.
Oh. Have you been there to Mayhem?
Yeah.
Wow. You are fully immersed. Is there anything that you do you have to put the brakes on him? Is there anything like he wants to do that like you're like, okay, not yet, man, slow down?
Skateboarding in the kitchen here a little earlier. He's a frequent flyer to the emergency room. So
10 times.
Yeah.
Wow.
10 times.
Yep.
Do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have 2 older brothers.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. And one of them is a Marine.
Yep.
And is the other one older than him or younger than him?
Is older.
Okay, so you're the only one at home still.
Yeah. So now I can't blame anything on my other brother. He did it.
That's right.
Are you homeschooled or do you go to public school?
I go to St. John's Prep.
Okay, and that's
private school.
And you wake up in the morning, you go 8:00 in the morning, and you come home at 2:30.
Yeah, sometimes I come home at 5 because I have after school things that I can do like gymnastics and CrossFit.
They have CrossFit at the school?
Yep.
Let's notify the affiliate team.
I think Kevin let us know they were the first school to affiliate.
Oh,
actually,
okay, all right. Cancel that.
So they're legit.
In one of your Instagram posts, I saw you were playing the cello in a bass fashion. Maybe is it a cello? And you were holding it like that? Is that? And you were and you had your dog there, and you were kind of teasing him.
Yeah.
Is that yours?
Yes.
That instrument, and you're playing that also.
Mm-hmm.
And what is that? A bass for little kids or a cello?
It's a cello.
And that's not how you play it, right?
That is how you play it.
Oh, all right. That's how much I know. And you're still doing that on a regular basis too.
Yeah, I have a program. Well, during school I have to do a instrument, so I picked cello.
So CrossFit, school, cello. Any thespian activities? Are you in any of the school plays?
I used to do crew for. No.
What kind of crew?
I did costumes for.
Oh,
plays.
that kind of crew. Wow. Has he
You are
always
everywhere.
been like this?
Oh, yeah.
What are we seeing here? This is passion or?
The weightlifting, the exercising, it's definitely a passion for him, and it started. And probably saying the bad word, but P90X actually at like 4 years old, watching the videos,
right,
and doing that. And then,
a lot of CrossFitters come from there.
Yeah, and they wouldn't let him in at the gym, so that's where he started. And in fact,
oh yes, my cello. That wasn't mine. That was the school's. But I was just trying it out, and I was like.
And so from there.
It's just he's really bought into the CrossFit lifestyle. He loves it. If he goes like a week without, he gets a little hard to deal with.
A little squirrely.
Yeah, but and for us as parents, it's been a challenge because there's so much resistance to kids, working out or weightlifting or any of that sort of thing. But I think he mentioned earlier he's a frequent flyer to the emergency room, but it's never been from weightlifting or CrossFit. It's it's football or something along those lines. So.
Getting hit in the soft spot in baseball.
Yes, getting hit in the soft spot in baseball.
The soft spot.
Yes, the spot that hurts.
Did you recover from that?
No.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think Teddy's still kind of easing back.
Okay. I like it. You need to have your own podcast. Do you do CrossFit, Ron?
I don't right now. I was in the past, and I'm actually looking to start it again.
And what happened?
Work was a big part of it, and that sort of thing. I was also at a CrossFit gym that was very competitive, which is sometimes a challenge because then you get sucked into that.
True.
But One Nation actually has a master's program or something for the old people.
Yes.
And so.
Because you're fragile.
Exactly.
I'm 45. Most of these guys are like 35 and younger here, in my team, in the publishing team, and I have fully acquiesced. Yeah. It's actually not competitive. It's actually bad for me because I've like fully accepted the name calling and being in last place, and it's good. Yep. Once you accept that, it's great.
I don't know if you fully accepted it.
Okay, 50%.
Another 5 years, you'll definitely fully accept it at that point.
I've started to accept it. Does your dad, when he doesn't do, since he stopped doing CrossFit, has he gotten a little squirrely? He was saying if you don't do CrossFit for a week, you get a little squirrely. Is your dad squirrely since he's not doing CrossFit?
No, because he's been in the car and he gets out of the car and he's like, I can't move. His knee, his ankle, his back, his...
Do you tell him that'll all go away if he starts doing CrossFit?
No, I think I'll say it'll all go away if you stop driving.
Oh, that too. Good point.
I drive a lot. So.
Tell me about diet and nutrition. At your age, I lived at Taco Bell and at McDonald's. Do you do any of that stuff?
I mean, like, it's very kind of special. On a special occasion, I might go to there, but usually I'll go to. Actually, at our hotel, we had a. What was it?
Your Santa Cruz hash?
Oh, yes, my Santa Cruz hash. Where it was,
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
I'm here for you.
Eric.
Damn.
There we go. We had, like, that was, what was it? Duck.
Yeah.
We had duck, potatoes, and what was that sauce? It was the weirdest sauce.
The hollandaise sauce?
Yeah.
So do you eat healthy? Like, go back to that other photo, Eric, you showed with the berries and... Is diet something that you're interested in, nutrition? It just seems like as a 12-year-old, it would be so beyond anything that I gave a hoot about.
Well, it helps me during school because if you have like a donut, you can get really like crazy, or you're kind of just this in class, or just kind of sleeping back into your chair and taking a nap.
I had zero awareness of that until I was 30.
Yeah, I say what you figured out. Probably. I mean, it's maybe
crazy.
my mid to late 20s. I figured that out when I was far out of school.
Do you drink caffeine?
No.
Yeah, I didn't drink caffeine at your age. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah, I want to say when I was your age, it was whatever I could reach for. It was like calories.
Yes. Box of crackers, turn the TV on, and open it up and finish them.
Soda, loaf of bread, like just stuff like that I would take down.
I even have some notes for you. Only page and a half, sorry. Let's talk about those fidget things.
Fidget spinners?
Yeah, are those dead?
Some people still use them, some don't.
They had a very short lifespan, right?
Yes.
As far as trends go, there was really nothing I've never seen anything come in and go.
You said people
quickly.
use them. What do they use them for?
It's usually for ADHD.
Oh.
So, like, instead of kind of wanting to get out of your chair and move around, you can kind of just go like this and just kind of don't move really.
Yeah, is that how kids justified using them in class?
Yes, usually you spin it and you do a trick and it flies up and it hits the person in the head.
And are you in your school? Are you allowed to play with those during class?
We actually don't play with them because I think it's like gone now. Because in third grade it was like Shopkins, it was everything. you had a Shopkin and you were like a god.
A what?
It's
spell it for me. A Shopkin.
It's shop,
just like it sounds.
And then
Shopkin.
Dude, I never even heard of that. I must have missed that trend. Do you know what that is, Matt?
Yeah. No, I have no idea. I can't wait for you to explain it.
Matt has them in his car.
Do you know, Ron? Ron, do you know what it is? A Shopkin?
Yeah, they're like these little figurines. It was so annoying. Literally.
Do they have any function? I mean, the fidget had a little bit of function.
Costs parents money.
That's it.
There's its function.
Yeah.
I want to say it's like a tech deck. Were those? Oh no, those are way after your time.
Yeah, we still have. That's now the trend.
Tech decks are.
Yeah, you have a tech deck and you just.
Fingerboards.
Yeah, it was a fingerboard.
I would sit there on my desk with my little phone and just like do little tricks back and forth.
Were you any good at it?
It's horrible.
What kind of telephone do you have?
I have a Samsung.
And why don't you have an iPhone?
I don't know.
Isn't a Droid really like sophisticated and efficient? And kids are supposed to have like iPhones because they're trendy and cool.
No, I just care for a phone that works.
Okay, good answer.
What does that say about you?
And how old are you? How old are kids when they get phones these days?
Now it's like you're 5 and you get this iPhone X. I don't know, what are they? 10s? There it is.
Yeah.
And it's ginormous. And the kids have it. They can't fit it in their pocket. I'm just wondering. I mean.
And why do kids need phones? Why do you need a phone?
My dad got it for me, so like if I ever get lost or need something, I can call someone. Or
have you ever been lost?
Like in a supermarket.
This morning at the hotel, you were on the wrong floor.
Oh yeah, I was on the lobby. That's the 3rd floor, and my dad's on the 2nd floor. I'm like, "Where are you?" And he's like, "Where are you?" I'm at the lobby. Aren't the food? I think is right here. No, it's not. Oh, let me go back to the 6th floor. No, you have to go back to the 2nd floor. I'm like, oh.
So you were lost. He wasn't lost.
No.
He doesn't get lost.
I'm just trying to figure out because, I didn't have a cell phone when I was a kid. I didn't get a cell phone until I was 25, 30.
I think I had I had like borrowed my mom's cell phone like senior year of high school.
And now, were you the last one in your group to get a cell phone or the first one?
I think the last one.
That's good.
When Alan, Troy, and then me, since I'm the youngest.
No, I don't mean amongst your brothers. I mean at school amongst your peers.
Oh, some kids actually don't have. They still have flip phones. So they started with a flip phone when they were like 7, and then they would go to the newest iPhone, which was the iPhone 5 at the time, then 6, 7, then it went 8. Is there an iPhone 9 or
no? They skipped it.
8.
Oh, yes. They skipped it. Oh,
X.
And then now they go X.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the flip phone. Our head of IT has a flip phone. It's weird to say.
Ouch, that explains a lot. Texting. Do you text?
Yes.
And do you have to get your text approved from your dad?
No.
So you just text away freely. You can say whatever you want. You're your own man.
He can still hack into my phone.
Oh, good.
We discuss what's appropriate and what's not.
I kind of tell him who I text to, and so if the coach at the time, Brandon, he would kind of look over and say, okay.
How do you manage that? Like, since we didn't have cell phones as kids, and like I know how to control TV because I know how my mom controlled me with the TV. Mm-hmm. But like I've never seen anyone with a phone except for myself. And my sons definitely not be using their phone the way I use mine.
Well, you can, one of the things is being able to turn it off remotely, whether you're doing that through the carrier or when he's home, shutting off the Wi-Fi and those sort of things. So being able to corral it. But, Shiloh's been pretty good. We discuss what's appropriate conversations and, even what you should put in a text and what you shouldn't. And he's been pretty good about that. And even with the Instagram, so, we've helped him with that. And, what should you post? What should you say about it? And how to do it. So.
Yeah, Instagram. He has over 2,000. He has more followers than Matt.
Yeah. How many you do?
How many followers does Shiloh
I don't know.
If Matt learns about Shopkins, he'll get a lot more followers.
The missing key.
You have 2196. What do you got, Matt?
A two something. I don't know.
Close. You guys are in a close heat.
Yeah.
Matt's really upped his social media game lately, and so he put on like 500 quick follow. Oh, you passed Shiloh. He put that picture of me up and got 500 followers.
It's a picture with Dan Bailey.
Well, I'm posting pictures of cats, videos of cats. That's actually a pretty good one.
I'm going to.
Boo.
Who is that? Who is that on your couch? That's a nice couch.
That is. That's my wife, Bailey.
Oh.
That's my cat's body.
Shiloh, when you're lifting, and you have PRs, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you have a PR for your deadlift.
I don't know my PR for my deadlift.
And you have a PR for your clean.
Mm-hmm.
And you have a PR for your snatch.
Yep.
And you have a PR for your jerk.
Yes.
Do you ever want to go heavier and you have to be told by with supervision that, hey, that's enough? Or do you have any rules like 1 PR a week? Or how do you decide?
Well, I kind of decide by how I think it looked and how I felt during that lift before I can be like, okay, that's my PR right now, but I want to go heavier.
So you determine it all?
Yeah.
And you use a 45-pound bar?
That's a woman's bar.
Yeah, that's a Bella bar.
Yep.
So a 35-pound bar.
Yeah.
And you use a woman's bar so you can get better purchase on it.
Yep.
With your hand.
Because I have tiny human hands.
I mean, when I first got into CrossFit, they had me using a women's bar with a weak grip.
When I work out with you and I want to try to make it look like I'm using as much weight as you, I use a woman's bar.
That's tried and true strategy.
Yeah. Rogue has a really nice technique bar. It's the junior bar. It's like 10 kilos.
Oh, cool.
Which is 22 pounds?
22 pounds. It gives you another 10-pound advantage right there.
Yeah, I think there's
that one might look suspicious.
I'll get that for your birthday.
Thank you. There probably is an age where you have to start going backwards. So you're kind of in. Oh, look at that poster of Rich Froning you have.
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get that?
I don't know.
I think that's when Rich gave you.
Oh, he gave it to me? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I had Tennessee Tech too. That's cool.
Yeah, wow. I cannot believe how immersed you are.
And I see over here you have Olympic lifting shoes, but you're wearing nanos to do just in your front squatting. Why?
I have a collapsed ankle, which will lead my knee in. So I'm working on it. So I'll start lifting with nanos, and my legacy lifters don't fit anymore.
Oh, I keep on forgetting you're at that age where how long do clothes really last for?
How many pairs of nanos do you have?
Well, you guys gave me a pair of Nano 8s. I have custom ones, and that's really all.
You have the one other pair, huh?
Which one?
Oh, did you echo those? We've also been going through shoes like once a month.
Because he's growing. He's at that age.
I'm a 7 in men's now.
That's creeping
Hey,
up to me.
hey. I'm an 8.
Yeah.
Take that, Shiloh. I'm an 8, big old 8.
I mean, it's really wide. It's a really wide foot, though.
Really wide 8. I'm gonna tell you something the other day. So I think I have the smallest foot maybe in the building amongst the men. And there were another pair of nano. Tyson's always claiming he's a size 9.
Oh, yeah.
And Tyson's the guy who works over there in that office. And so the other day I was in the gym and I saw a pair of nano 2s, size 8 in the gym. And I go, oh, those must be mine. I wonder how those got down here. And then I see Tyson put them on. And I'm like, Tyson, you know those are a size 8? And he's like, yeah, they don't fit. They don't fit. I'm like, oh, this guy is a size 8.
He's been lying for years.
This guy is a size 8. Have you spread the gospel at all? Have you got anyone into CrossFit?
Yeah. I got my friend Raul into CrossFit. He kind of does drama, so he'll be in plays. And I was saying, oh, maybe you could go to CrossFit. And he's like, what's CrossFit? And I said, oh, do you have, like, gym clothes or any, like, sports clothing? And he said, yeah. So one day he doesn't have drama, and that was like a Wednesday or Friday. And I said, why don't you come to CrossFit? He said, okay. And we went down there, and he enjoyed it. So I think one of my posts of my friend Raul. There he is.
Oh, yeah. He's like on an assault bike or?
Yep. Assault bike, and then we did a deadlift.
Do you own an assault bike?
Yes.
Did you have to pay for it? Did you get it?
I had to pay for it.
You didn't get sponsored?
You didn't pay anything for it.
Well, I didn't pay anything for it.
It's an important distinction.
Let's get this really
Was that a Christmas gift?
I have no clue. That was so long ago.
It was.
It's like 3 years ago.
Is that the kind of stuff you want for Christmas? Like I wanted Nintendo games. You want gym equipment?
Oh, I got a weighted vest, which I loved. And I was like, oh, I've always wanted this. And I got a GHD. I actually got a hurdle from the games.
How'd you get that? Have you been to the games?
No, I've watched it on TV.
So how did you get a hurdle from the games?
Rogue was putting it out for sale, and it was the last one, so my dad got it for me.
Oh my goodness. So, Ron, am I hearing?
Oh, one of the foam ones.
Your son has a passion, and you're just letting him go.
Exactly. You know, it's
like, hey,
if you can channel it into this.
Yeah.
There's nothing. I don't think there's anything better for him than what he's doing now, and he's into it. So we'll just keep in the fire. And you know, I guess to probably other people, it would seem ridiculous, to buy these things for a kid, but he doesn't have a PlayStation. He doesn't have a Nintendo. He doesn't have any of that. This is what he has, and his entire Christmas this year was, whether it was pair of nanos or the weighted vest or the bar.
They got a landmine.
A landmine.
What's a landmine?
It's where you can do what is that? Where you
put the barbell into it, right?
Yeah,
Oh.
and you can go like this.
So your garage is a gym.
Well, this is actually the basement right now, and he's about 3-4 inches from outgrowing it. So
the overhead position is getting close.
So what'll sound ridiculous is we're actually building a garage this spring, which my wife's like, oh, I'm going to park in the garage, and he's like, no, it's my gym. So,
Shiloh, when you get older, do you think you're going to have kids?
Maybe not.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Leave the door open. Well, I'll tell you this. You're going to look back and you're going to think about what your dad has done for you and how much he supports you, and you're going to be you think you love him now. In 30 years when you have your own son, you're going to be like, "Oh my god, how am I going to live up to how cool my dad was?"
I don't think about going to like shopping markets with him because kind of puts a bad stink in the market.
Because I embarrass you in the shop market by throwing things around and
no, you cut in front of me and then you fart, and I have to walk. At Target, you farted. You were going out of the aisle. I came in and I'm like, I'm dying. It's radioactive in here.
Did he blame you?
No, I knew it was him.
I know, but did he blame you? Was he like if I did that, I would look at my son and like big group of people and I would go, Shiloh, that's totally inappropriate.
Any other opportunity, I'd blame him for anything.
Awesome. Well, trust me, you are going to be one happy boy. You made a video comparing two hamburgers, and that's sort of what got me on the kick that you must be really interested in nutrition. What was the point of that video?
I was just doing that for fun. I just was.
Is that your one and only YouTube video?
Most likely, yes.
You had the sugar one somewhere too.
Yeah.
Yeah, here you are. How old are you here?
I have no clue.
And this is your YouTube presence.
40 calories for the McDonald's quarter pounder, and 31 grams of protein. And for fat, 28 grams.
Okay.
I
for
think
carbohydrates.
So subtract 3 years.
42 sodium.
So this
Gotta
video
watch
right here,
out.
is this a science project? Is this for school? Is this
1110 milligrams.
like, why are you doing this? What inspired
For
this?
cholesterol. 100 milligrams.
Well, my friends always like kind of ate junk,
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking, oh, well, I'll just see what's in a McDonald's burger. So I looked up and I wanted to do this.
Did you eat that McDonald's burger when you were done with this project?
I started with this one, which was my homemade. And I didn't really finish the McDonald's.
That meat right there, it looks that's a nice prop, by the way. It's a nice touch. I think that's pretty good, cool.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
And the notes are nice. And is that a receipt for the food you purchased?
No, that was actually the thing for this.
McDonald's number, also a nice touch. I'm really liking it. I like the chair, camera angle. Who chose your camera angle?
This is actually gonna surprise you.
I watched it already, and it can't surprise me.
I haven't. I want to see the cost.
Oh, look, your meat moved.
Yes,
Okay.
my meat did.
Now, if you thought it was McDonald's, let's see how close your number was. $4.59. Okay. Now, if you thought homemade, you were correct.
By half the price.
$2.77.
Wow.
Just to make a homemade one. Now,
Less than half.
you could go to Market Basket to get original, organic, ground beef. Shaw's, Walmart, Walgreens.
I said Walgreens. I was like,
all the other stores
I was like,
that you can think
no.
of right
Just give
now.
it some time. They might start selling meat.
But you just went with it. You went with
Yeah.
it. You went with it.
A pound.
I like it how that meat's already
Organic.
thawed out and there's no moisture on it. And I hope you threw that out. I bet you that went bad.
No, I actually ate it.
Oh, okay. All right. That explains a lot.
That was the same meat that I bought for this.
It's weird, you know. You're a 9-year-old kid doing cooking shows. It's not, you know, seems a little.
Charlotte, I was curious.
I hadn't seen this
Since
one.
the holiday seasons are coming up soon, I was curious how much sugar is too much sugar? For preteens and teens my age should not have more than 32 grams of sugar every day. Natural sugar from an apple or any other fruit is good, but added sugar like this is you can't have over 32 grams of sugar.
Who's filming that? Is your dad there in the room?
Yeah, I was filming.
Yeah.
We put it on a little tripod.
So we did a little research on what kids would bring to school. And most popular is Gatorade, what they would bring to schools and sports events. So we looked at serving sizes and sugars.
People don't read the backs of things.
Wow, shenanigans.
Yep.
Great word.
Is serving sizes important? Yes, it is. You know why? Because on this box of mini tricks, the serving size is 1 cup. And on the Cookie Crisp, the serving size is 3/4 of a cup. And for the Pop-Tarts, the serving size is 1 pastry. But did you know that 1 pastry in 1 little package of these, there are actually 2? So 1 serving size would be 2 of those. And for Gatorade, the serving size would be 12 fluid ounces, which the serving per container is about 2.5 serving sizes. So in 1 Gatorade bottle, one of these, it could be almost 3 servings.
So if
Most people would drink
that
the
Gatorade
whole
bottle has
Gatorade.
more sugar than you're supposed to consume in an entire day.
Yes.
Is what you're saying.
Mhm.
Were you
Let's
shocked
get
as
some
you're
other
doing this
food
research? As
or
you're doing this project?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
Nutella
kind
and
of shocked
grape
on the Gatorade. I would usually drink half of it. I didn't know you could split it up in 3, and that's one of those is 1 serving.
And now you don't drink any Gatorade.
No.
It's amazing. Let me ask you one final question before we wrap this up. Before you came here, what suggestions did your dad give you? Did he give you any tips? Like, don't say this, say this.
Don't mess up.
Don't mess up. Awesome. Well, thank you. Do you have any questions for Matt?
Nope.
Okay, get out.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes. Yes. Let's see. You do something called Kettlebells for Kids?
Yep.
And what's the website for that?
That's cool.
There are different websites.
Kettlebellsforkids.org.
And that's a group you've been with for a long time?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Someone gifted you an L1 book already?
Yep.
So I'm going to pretend to gift you this one just so we can make sure we get it on the podcast. What is this? St. John's Wort. What is this?
St. John.
What is this?
That's my school.
It is. And what sports do you play there?
I don't play any sports. I'm not old enough yet.
You CrossFit there?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Very cool.
Anything to add, Ron?
No.
All right. Thank you. I apologize for using profanity. You've been a fabulous guest. You deserve better. Thank you, Shiloh.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Great having you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Land the plane, Eric.